everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a realistic door. So what do I mean by realistic, you might be asking. So when I click the door, it opens in a 95-degree angle instead of just disappearing or going invisible. So when you click it again, it closes again and you can just walk through when it's open. So that's basically it. Of course, this door isn't very detailed, but I'll go into the steps of making it detailed soon. So let's get started right away. Of course, we have to make the door first. So here we go. I'm gonna just make the door. It's gonna take some time, but it's fine. I'm gonna insert a block rake because we want to know how tall the avatar is, because we don't want to make it too small or too big. Then we're going to make it white and we're gonna anchor it. There we go. And then we're going to move this along. Going to duplicate it and we're going to let it go along there, and here we go, we made the sides. So we're going to select all of them and we're going to name them side parts. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to do it so it's organized. Okay, so now we're going to make the actual door. I'm going to make a little window in it so you know what to do if you have multiple parts in the door. I'm not going to make it very wide. Okay, never mind. Is this centered? No, it isn't. Okay, here we go. It's just like this. I'm going to drag it down a bit and we're going to make a little window in the top section. So I'm going to make it gray. I'm going to select it again. Here we go. This might take a bit. Here we go, and now we're going to scale this down a bit and this one. I'm not going to make it center because that will just take more time. Here we go. Now we're going to duplicate this part and we're going to drag it down. And we're going to make it glass. If I can find it, here we go. And we're going to make it transparent. We're going to make it white because that just looks good, I think. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. Now we're going to, I accidentally named everything side parts, so let's just name those parts part for now. And let's make it actually move now. So we're going to, first of all, we want to make another part. We're going to cover the entire door in it. So the entire, this part, not the entire door, just the middle. Here we go. I'm gonna make it transparent. And you don't want it to be anchored. Normally you would, but this time you don't want to. So I'm gonna name the invisible part root. Okay. Now we're going to duplicate this part and we're gonna name it rotate. And then we're gonna name these parts door part. Now we're gonna group, which part is this? Oh, this is the, oh, it's the base plate. Okay, I was confused. Okay, now we're going to group them all together. Here we go. I'm gonna name the model door. And then we're going to create a weld constraint. So I'm gonna paste the weld constraint into the root, and we're going to put the part 0 as the root and part 1 as every door part. So part 1 is that door part and then part 1 is that door part. You get the drill. I think this is all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, okay. Now this is all welded together and it shouldn't fall apart. So we're just gonna make sure it isn't anchored, because otherwise it won't work. The door parts don't need to be anchored. If you do, it won't work. So pay attention to that. Now we're going to select the rotate and we're going to add another weld constraint, and we're going to name, no, we're not going to name it, we're going to set the part 0 to rotate and the part 1 to root. Here we go. So now we're going to insert a click detector so we can actually open the door, would be pretty handy. And we're going to name it detect because it's simpler. Then we're going to insert a script, and we're going to name the script toggle door. Then we're going to create a few variables. So local door, local door is equal to script.parent. Wow, typing is hard. Well, hold on. Script.parent. And then the click detector, so local detect is equal to door colon wait for child detect. And then we're going to create a variable for the tween surface because we want to move it, and we're going to use tween surface to do that. So local tween, local tween surface is equal to game colon get surface tween surface. Then we're going to create two booth values, so local okay, so no local, this isn't a local variable, this is a global variable. We're going to name it open, and then we're going to set it to false. Same goes for dbound, so db is equal to false. And now we're going to create a function, so local function tween play. Okay, we're gonna make the first argument part and the second argument goal. This won't make sense yet, but you'll see what it means soon. And then we're going to type the following. We're going to make an if statement, if not dbounds, so if not db, then db is equal to true, and then local info is equal to tween info dot new. I'm going to put the 1 in it, and then we're going to play the track, so local tween track is equal to tween surface, tween surface colon create part comma info comma goal, and then tween track colon play, and then wait 1 dbounds equal to false. So what this is going to do is going to check if the dbounds is equal to false. So if not dbounds is basically the same as if dbounds is equal to false, but if not dbounds just looks more simple, you know. Okay, and then we're going to set the value to true, so it's not false anymore. Then it's going to do the tween stuff. It's going to create the tween with the part. You'll see what the part means soon. Then with the info, this tween info.new. This means it's going to take 1 second. If you want the tween to take like shorter, for example half a second, you want to put 0.5 or 0.5, but I'm just going to make it 1. Okay, now we're going to create a function that fires when the detect button gets clicked. So detect.mouse click colon connect function, and then if not open and not dbounds, then wait, no, you don't have to put and not dbounds then here because we're already doing that here. So if not open, then open is equal to true, and then tween play. And then in the brackets you want to put the first argument as the part we want to move. In this case we want to rotate the rotate part, so script.parents colon wait for child rotate. And then the second argument is the table, so how we want it to move. So cframe is equal to script.parents colon wait for child rotate dot cframe times cframe dot angles, and then 0 comma math dot radians, so math dot red, or however you pronounce it, 95, and then comma 0. And this should do the trick. I'm just going to separate it a bit so it's easier to see. Here we go. Okay, just copy this code, okay? So we're gonna copy this. I'm gonna type the following. Else if open, then. So if it's already open, then we're gonna set the open void of I meant false. Then we're going to change the math.red, so radiant value to -95. So it rotates back. Okay, and let's go ahead and test it now. I think it should work. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna check if I anchored the parts correctly. So the door parts do not need to be anchored. The root part also does not need to be anchored, and the rotate part does. So let's test it. I hope it works. If it doesn't, we'll see what does. It did. Okay, so we forgot one thing. We didn't make the root part invisible. So let's make the root part invisible real quick. So transparency, where is it? Over here. There we go, we made it invisible. Now it looks much better. Here we go. And here we go, we did it. It's that easy. Of course, this looks a bit weird, but you have to come up with something yourself, because I'm not gonna make something like a, I don't know what it's called, but I think you get it. Like the thing that it rotates around, like the things you see on doors. Okay, I don't know what they're called because I suck at English, but yeah, it works. So if you happen to enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you really like this content, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.